Now, most of us know that we should be drinking a little less, but when you sit down after a long day without a drink, it can sometimes feel like something's missing. Tonight, we're asking whether you're better to have the occasional night off or go whole hog and sign up for something like Dry July. If you are one of the 6,000 Kiwis who got on board, well done, you 0.13%er. You made it through the first weekend. Since 2012, Dry July has inspired nearly 30,000 of us to ditch the drink for 31 days straight and raise millions in the fight against cancer. Each year, on average, we spend around $3,000 on booze. 1 in 5 of us show the warning signs of a problem. Drink kills 1,000 Kiwis each year. So it's a big cheers to Dry Julyers taking a break from the beersies. Still, it's only human to get thirsty on a month-long dry spell. So tonight we've got an expert to help you through and also maybe encourage any late starters to give it a go. Yeah, she's in studio with us now. Please welcome addiction and counselling specialist Margo Regan. Hello, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Margo, welcome.
So that first question first, if you're trying to cut back, are you better to just sort of moderate, maybe have an extra day off a week, or go for a serious chunk of time like Dry July?
Well, I think Dry July is the perfect opportunity to go for a serious chunk of time and go, you know, go hard out. Give yourself a good opportunity to go, can I do this? I quite like a challenge.
Because you'll learn something about yourself either way, right?
Absolutely, I think. New Year's, Dry July, I'm seeing an increase in people coming in at those particular times every year.
I think
30 days is a long time. Do people fall off the wagon, so to speak?
They do. There tends to be this pink cloud at the start where people are super motivated, either because of a health scare, they've been to their doctor, the results aren't good, or there's problems in work, or maybe some legal issues, or problems in a relationship. So people are super motivated, but without a really good plan, find it hard to keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
Yep. I've cut back my booze recently, not because of Dry July, but just sort of trying to cut back. And I'm proud of myself because I'm telling myself all I had was a habit, not a drinking addiction. Am I kidding myself? Is there a difference?
It's interesting. I think a habit can lead to an addiction.
Right.
So something can start off as a habit, but when there's serious consequences, so you try to stop and you can't stop. You know, if you tried to cut back and you couldn't cut back, or you're needing to drink more and more to get the same results, or you're drinking despite consequences, again, the impact on your relationship, legal stuff, impact on work productivity.
I'm okay. By that description, I'm still good.
Can you give us a few tips then for people who want to give it a go?
Yeah, I think it's good to recognise when your triggers are. So maybe it's after work, you need that drink to de-stress.
Kids.
You know, switching off after something like this or after a game where there's been like that adrenaline. How do you unwind and calm down? How do you de-stress? Look at things like, am I hungry, angry, lonely, tired, sad,
Yes.
stressed?
Dry July is a good one too, because then it's an easy answer if you say you don't want to drink. They go Dry July. There's no, you don't have to make excuses.
Yeah.
There can be a lot of social pressure around drinking. You know, I think not smoking cigarettes has become acceptable now. Not using plastic bags is acceptable, but still there can be that pressure with drink. It's not good etiquette if you refuse a drink.
Is New Zealand particularly bad for that, by the way, do you think?
Do you know what? I think the Irish are up there as well.
Margo, I'm not going to try and do Dry July because I can't. But for people like me who are not going to do it, how can we support our mates who are? Like, is it about having nicer non-alcoholic drinks to offer them when they pop over?
Great question. I work a lot with relationships and I'm asked that question quite a lot. So yeah, I would start asking your partner, how do you want me to support you? Maybe it's not having any alcohol in the house. Maybe it is having those alcohol alternatives. Maybe it's doing more socialising at cinemas or at theatres or at things where you're not, you know, exposed to alcohol, and talking through a plan with your partner. So we know we've got this event on Friday night. How are we going to deal with it?
Good for you. Hey, nice to have you in. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
If you're doing Dry July at the moment, let us know how it's going for you, what's been the hardest part so far, or maybe it's gone better than you expected. For now, please thank Margo Regan. Cheers, Margo.